Hey everyone, happy Thursday and welcome to the Team Fit Revolution weekly call. My name is Lauren Kaliski. For those of you that don't know me, I am the founder of Team Fit Revolution and one of your upline Star Diamond coaches. And I'm super excited to have you on tonight's team call. Every week we meet at the same time, the same place, and we bring a new training topic for something of value to help you build your business every single week. So I'd love to have you not only this week, but every week. So welcome to the team call. Type in the chat box if this is your first team call because I want to give you a shout out. Always super exciting to see new faces on the team call. Tonight we've got a very special guest speaker, my girl Alexa. One of our very own coaches. I'm sure you guys all know her. She is a badass and just one of the most coachable people I know. She's always willing to learn and grow and has such a good outlook on life and business. And I've just watched her grow so much and her mindset really just evolve into something that is basically bulletproof. There's nothing that will stop Alexa. And I learned something from her. Like every time I hang out with her, I talk to her, and I just feel like really honored and lucky to have crossed paths with such awesome people like Alexa on my journey as a coach. So I'm super excited to listen to Alexa tonight and take notes. Hopefully you've got your notepads ready to roll because I guarantee you there's going to be lots of things you're going to want to write down and remember from this call. So smart people take notes, like Shalene Johnson says. Make sure you're doing that. Real quick, just a couple announcements before I toss it over to Alexa and we dive into tonight's topic, which is so the National Wake Up Call was all about Instagram stories and kind of like a system for posting, what to post, how to do like call to actions in your Instagram story. So Alexa's going to share her tips. I maybe talk about Instagram stories and like what to post there. I'm not exactly sure, but I know she's going to really focus on direct messages and kind of how to get more direct messages and turn those direct messages into business. So posting on your story is really awesome. That's a great start. But, eventually the point, at least for me, the point of posting on my story and posting on social media like all the freaking time is to attract people to me and to build relationships and to find more people that I can help, that I can coach and be a part of their journey. So posting is the first step, but you really want to be transitioning that into business, into conversations, and into incoming traffic and people that you can help, right? So type in the chat box if that sounds like something you'd like to generate more of. Would you like more incoming direct messages and people that you can help that you find on Instagram? Honestly, it's where like a vast majority of my incoming clientele, incoming coaches are coming from right now is Instagram stories. So I think that's where it's at right now. It's very new school. It's new. It's not something that's been around for that long. So it's important that you learn how to use it and learn from multiple people. So that's what Alexa's going to be talking about tonight. Real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know, next week we've got a couple different events coming up. We just kicked off our new Coach Academy. Shout out to everyone who's in there. I think it's like going to be an awesome group and something that we will either continue to run over and over again, or we'll just keep it going in that group. We're just going to kind of see how it all plays out and then take it from there. But regardless, the new Coach Academy will be open and available to every new coach that joins the team, which is something you can talk about and advertise like, hey, join our team. You get access to this new Coach Academy, all of this training, all of these resources, all of this value to help you build your business for free. Okay, so that opened on Monday. Get in there. If you're not already in there, it's kind of self-paced, so you can catch up if you need to. No worries there. Let's see, the 29th, we are hosting a launch your business event or launch your challenge groups. I'm not exactly sure. Lex can maybe you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so I'm calling it a launch party because it's going to cover both coaching and challenge groups, but it's basically going to be an event that we are hosting, not just for the new coaches, but really for anybody who is recommitting, relaunching their business. We're going to host it in our Be Your Own Boss community. that is open for anybody who wants to learn more about coaching and what we do, really. But this event is to help our new coaches have something to invite to right off the bat and kind of get them some business and some wins underneath their belt, right? So I'm really excited for this because we've never done something like this before, and I think it might turn in, hopefully, if it works well, it will turn into something that we do regularly. So I had a couple of people I just saw super bummed I'm working that night. You can still invite and get people plugged in. The recording for the actual webinar that we're going to be hosting that night is going to be up in the group. So even if you can't make it live, still post about it, still share, still get people plugged in, because the recording is going to be in there in the group, okay? But we're going to be talking about what is coaching, what are challenge groups, kind of explaining it for you guys, and then kind of letting your prospects know what their next steps can be so that they can get started, either joining you in the business, or maybe working on their health and fitness goals, or maybe starting out with a free group or BOD trial. So it's going to be just like an opportunity for everybody to kind of have something to invite to where they can launch their business. And I'm super, super excited about it. We're also going to have new coaches sharing their stories too. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. So it's really, we're definitely going to mention coaching in it, but the focus is going to be educating people about what you do as a coach, what we do as coaches, like the value we add, the support, the community, and then also the tools that you have to offer with Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology. And I know at the beginning, especially as a new coach, and I mean, even coaches that have been around for a little while, gaining your confidence in talking about this stuff takes practice. It takes time. It's always helpful to listen to people who have that confidence. Alexa and I can talk about this stuff like it's the back of our hand. We've done it so many times, and I definitely didn't have this confidence to start, just so you know. I had to really, watch my upline, listen to videos, and do my homework so that in practice, ooh, that one really helps, so that I had that confidence, and it makes the world of difference. So we're really going to help you show the value that you have to offer people. So the launch party is, it's basically going to be all day on Tuesday the 29th. What you need to do is add people to the Be Your Own Boss Facebook group, add them to that group, and then we're going to set up the event. There's going to be like an event for when the webinar goes live. It'll be live on Facebook. So it's all going to be inside that group. Also, like, we have ongoing posts in that group. So it's a great place to put your people versus doing it in an event page that's only open for the short time of the event, and then those people kind of get lost. What we decided to do is start doing events inside groups, so then we have all these prospects, all these people who were once interested in this group, and we can continually remind them about what we do as coaches. So I've scheduled posts in there. Feel free, if you're a coach, to add value in these groups. You guys, the more the merrier. I don't really want to be the only one talking. I just want to make sure there's something in there that someone is talking. Okay. So if you want to help me and do some of the talking, you don't need to ask, just do it. Anything that you think would make sense in that group. It's a group of people that are interested in joining us who haven't joined us yet. What would you want to know? What would you want to see? Okay. So that's one of the events happening next week. I just want to make sure everyone knew about it. The 29th. I'm not exactly sure. I think our webinar is going to be at 6 p.m. I'm not sure. Like the live call, it's going to be on Facebook. Like I said, we're going to try a new thing on Facebook, which should be fun. I don't know. Is there a chat box option on that? Do we get to see the chat? We'll have to look into that. We're doing something new, which is exciting. I like new things. And then on the 30th, Wednesday the 30th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to have a UK Q&A. So, there is the Be Your Own Boss group, which is for prospects in the US and Canada. And then there's the Team Fit Revolution United group, which is for all of your people in the UK who are interested in joining the team come launch date. So we're going to be hosting a Q&A for all of those people. This is an opportunity for them to ask anything about Beachbody, about coaching, about whatever. And once again, that's going to be live on Facebook, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. London time. Okay, that's all my announcements. That went far longer than I was expecting. I'm so happy to hear that, Jessica. Jessica said that the Be Your Own Boss webinar has helped so much with her prospects, which is so good to hear. Thank you for the feedback. The link to that is in the Be Your Own Boss community. And I love that it's called BYOB. So funny. And we will continue to do different coaching events in that group. So hopefully if they're not in that group, you send them the link, whatever, it all works. Okay, Lex, I'm going to stop talking and pass it over to you, and you can take it away, girlfriend.
Okay. Yay. Lots of exciting stuff, you guys. Side note, I'm really excited for the launch party. I'm really excited for our new Coach Academy. It's going really well. So if you're not plugged in there, make sure that you have plugged in your new coaches, and just know that it's there. It's a great resource, and we're really pumping some great value into it. Okay, that's not what we're talking about tonight. Tonight we're talking about my favorite thing in the world, Instagram. So I have built the majority of my business over the last almost 4 years on Instagram, which is kind of crazy. I'm sure I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to need to branch out to other social media, but for now, Instagram just keeps getting better and better, right? Like stories didn't exist when I first started as a coach. DMs didn't even exist when I started as a coach. Oh my gosh, I remember when DMs came out. And I was like, ooh, now I can message people. So, social media is always going to be evolving and changing, and it's just our job to kind of keep up and know that the only thing that we really can rely on is the fact that social media is going to always be changing, okay? People get frustrated by it because they're like, just change the algorithm, or they have changed the features or whatever. Like, guys, like, embrace it, like Zuckerberg is in charge. He is going to make all of the changes. He owns Facebook. He owns Instagram. So you know what? We just got to roll with the punches. And Instagram is one of those new things that's come out, or Instagram stories, I should say, that I've really got on board with and have been using in my business. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight my top 5 tips to get it going down in the DM, and really just expand off of this week's National Wake Up Call. So hopefully you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call this week. If you didn't, I really recommend going back. Jatana had some really great tips about, what kind of things to share on your story. And Lauren and I were talking about it because we really wanted to have another call on Instagram stories, but we were like, what can we do that's kind of different from what Jatana shared? And I think she really focused a lot on the content and what to put and posting your stories. But then what do you do once the people start reaching out? You know what I mean? Like, how do you then transition the people from your story to getting them in your challenge group? So that's the part that I'm going to kind of focus on tonight for you guys. Just for those who don't know me really quickly, I have been a coach. Like I said, I'm going to be coming up on my 4-year anniversary as a coach in October. Oh my God, that's crazy. In just a couple months, I will be 4 years as a coach. Like I said, I started off as a discount coach. I did not want to run a business. I had a very sour taste in my mouth after being a part of another network marketing health and fitness company. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to do the business thing. And I just naturally, though, became an advocate for Beachbody because our shit is pretty awesome. Sorry, I drop swear words. I should have maybe prefaced that for anybody who hasn't been on a team call. Make sure that you don't have kids around. It slips out. I try to censor myself, but it doesn't work very well. But I just loved Beachbody. I loved what it was doing for me, and I just couldn't help but share how I was feeling with other people. And so I naturally just kind of evolved into a business building coach, and now it is my passion. It's my purpose. I love this business. It's hard sometimes. It feels like a puzzle that I'm trying to solve, but at the same time, I would rather go through the challenges and figure out this coaching thing than be going through the challenges of sitting at a desk job that I hate and doing something that I'm not passionate and that I don't love and that I don't feel like I'm contributing to the world. So I will take the challenges of this business any day. And I'm here to hopefully help you guys kind of work through some challenges and learn some new things about Instagram. Okay. So like Lauren said, smart people take notes. Actually, Shalane Johnson said that. So I hope you guys are taking notes because I've got 5 tips for you to get it going down in the DM. So first tip that I have, this is a really simple one. It's one word: ask. Ask. What do I mean by ask? I mean, ask people to DM you. I know that's really simple, but are you doing that consistently? Like every day, consistently? Are you putting out value, or are you asking people to reach out to you? Okay. If not, make sure that you're doing that at least once a day. Okay. You're doing some sort of a post on your, and I know that this is going into, what to post on your Instagram stories, but I think this is relevant because this is what's going to get you kind of more traffic. So, you need to ask, and you can do this in many different ways, right? So something that I did a couple days ago was I had made these chicken stuffed bell peppers for my meal prep. And I took a picture and I said, last meal of the day going down, chicken stuffed bell peppers. DM me for the recipe. Okay. And so that kind of encourages people to reach out to me. Then, you know, what I do is I send them a little screenshot of the recipe and I say, here you go. Are you working on your clean eating also? And I keep the conversation going. I don't just send them the recipe. I use it as a chance to open up the door for our friendship, and I continue to ask about them. Okay. Are you looking for some healthy recipes, or like, you know what I mean? And I'm actually in talks right now with a girl who responded to my cloud bread. I posted on my stories about cloud bread, another thing from my meal prep. She reached out to me, wanted the recipe. I sent it to her and I literally said, here you go. Like, are you trying to eat clean? And she said, yeah, I'm really struggling. Boom. It opened up the doorway for us to have a conversation about, you know, where is she struggling? Why is she struggling? What has she done before? You know what I mean? And we're now talking about, we narrowed it down. She really struggles with nutrition. So we're talking about possibly getting started with Shakeology and, you know, working on it, on that. So, you know what I mean? Just one little thing, one little opportunity for people to reach out to you is a chance for you to then build a relationship and continue on, okay? So you can do this by, like I said, adding value in some way, whether you're posting a recipe or, you know, something else. You can just say DM me and, you know, I'll give you the info, okay? If you post directly or you're talking about your challenge group or coaching, you know, really simple, on your Instagram story or your frame, just say DM me if you're thinking about joining, looking for 5 more ladies or something like that. Another thing that you can do is ask for people's opinions about something, right? DM me which one you think I should wear today, or you know what I mean? Like, even if it doesn't have to do with health and fitness, just get conversations going, you know what I mean? And you can start talking to people that way. But at least once a day, make sure that you are asking people to reach out and to DM you, okay? This is just a way to always make sure that your door is open and you're always kind of having new people coming to you and starting conversations, okay? It's a really simple one, but it's also one that can be easily forgotten, right? Like, I've definitely gone days where I haven't, you know, specifically asked people. I'm just kind of documenting and going through my day. And I'm like, oh, wait, did I really add anything of value to, you know, get people to reach out to me? You know what I mean? Like, this ask is going to be tied to something of value that you're adding, right? Whether it's, like I said, a recipe, or you're talking about your challenge group or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's tied to you providing value in some way. So in a way, this is going to help you make sure you're intentionally adding value on your Instagram story. And that's important. That's what's going to get people coming back to you, right? So that's the first thing. Tip number 1 is ask once a day, okay? At least. The second tip that I have, and I stole this. This isn't my tip. I took it from Shalene Johnson, and Jatana talked about this as well. But be elusive and use curiosity marketing. I can't nail this home enough, okay? Because I see a lot of people doing this. But be elusive when you are on your Instagram stories. And that is going to get more people coming into your inbox because they're going to want to know what it is that you're doing. So for example, you know, if you're doing shift shop, people who are outside of our Beachbody bubble don't know what shift shop is. They don't know what shift shop means. They maybe thinks it's a name of an auto parts store down the street, right? Like, I don't know. So what people, and if you're saying like got in my shift shop workout or whatever, what happens is people are going to go to Google and be like, shift shop workout program, and buy it on Amazon, right? Like, I'm just going to be real. So say things like got my home workout in today, or maybe you say my 3-week rapid rebuild program or something like that. You know, describe it versus naming it, if that makes sense. And I really think this makes a huge difference, you guys, because I have people coming to me left and right asking me about stuff when I'm being kind of vague like that. They're like, what is that? They want to know what it is because you're not telling them exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So try your best to kind of separate from the Beachbody terminology so that people will want to ask you about what you're using and what you're doing. Okay. Again, I know that's kind of something that Jatana said, but I think it's really important. The more that you can kind of just generalize it and explain what you're doing versus naming it, I think that that's really going to help. Okay. So that's my second tip. So number 3, my third tip is to reach out to other people's stories. Okay. So every day I make it a goal to add 5 people to my list. Okay. 5 people on Instagram that I have on I have a specific Instagram contact list, I guess. It's not like contact list. I just use, these are people I'm building relationships with. I specifically have it on my phone because Instagram can only be accessed on your phone, right? So it's easy to just have it on my phone and not necessarily like in a doc or a spreadsheet that I usually don't use on my phone. So I have just a plain note, and I just keep track of people's usernames and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So I try and add 5 people to my list. You can do that in different ways. Not going to go into it, right? We have other trainings on that. You can look at locations. You can look at hashtags. You can look at people who have liked and commented on your stuff or followed you recently. You could go to other people's pages and look at who their followers are or who's commenting on their pages. There's so many ways you can find people. But what I try and do is if they have the little rainbow around their picture, it means that they have stuff on their story. So one of the ways that I really have found to get people coming to my story is for me to make sure that I'm commenting and looking at their story. Okay. So a lot of you guys maybe have heard of the 5-3-1 relationship building formula, I guess you could say, on Instagram. Again, Shalene Johnson. Learned this from her. I've learned a lot about Instagram from Shalene, apparently. But her 5-3-1 formula is every day, like 5 photos on someone's timeline, comment on 3 of their photos, and then the goal is to then gain 1 follower. Well, I kind of tweaked it a little bit. With each person that I add to my list, I do 5-3-1, but instead I do like 5 photos, comment on 3, and then comment on 1 thing on their story. Okay. So I just make it a point to try and find people that do have stuff on their story because it goes straight to their DM when you comment on their story. And it's a great way to start conversations. You're actually kind of like doing it the other way around. At first, I'm telling you how to get people coming to you, but one thing that you can really do is go to them. You know what I mean? So, if you can find people who do have active stories, that's always great because then you can comment back and forth on their story. They're going to look at yours. And I think that that's just a really great way to build relationships is honestly like through stories. Posts are great. Posts are still important, but I really think that if you are making sure that you're not just building relationships on their posts, but in their stories as well, it's going to make a big difference. Okay. And this will just really help you with starting to get to know people and see their life too. You know what I mean? Like their true real lives, and you'll be able to connect with them. Maybe they're posting about their kid being crazy. Be like, oh girl. And if you're a mom, you can be like, I get it. My kid's being crazy today too. Like, I know how you're feeling right now or something. You know what I mean? And people can just connect and bond with you on a different level. Okay. So reach out to other people's stories. Make it a point that you're commenting on the people that are on your list. You're going and commenting on their stories, okay? It's a really easy thing to do that can really spark up some conversations in your DMs, okay? So next thing that I have to share, I'm going to kind of expand a little bit more, you guys, too. But the next tip that I have, so I said ask for DMs. Second, be elusive and use curiosity marketing. Third, reach out to other people's stories. 4, find your hero products and be consistent about sharing them. Okay. So what I mean by hero products, if you like work at, lots of corporations or businesses or retail companies or whatever, they usually have like their hero products, right? And those are kind of like your main, like your pride and glory, like the things that kind of like carry your brand or whatever. For example, like Shakeology is one of Beachbody's hero products. So what products or programs are you using regularly, and make sure that you're sharing and talking about that every day in your story. Okay. Again, you don't have to share the name. You can be generic. Okay. Be elusive, use curiosity marketing, but find your hero products, because I have found that the more consistent that I am with sharing my hero products, which for me, a lot of you guys know, Energize is one of them for me. I've been sharing more about my Recover since I'm using it now that I'm doing 80-day obsession. So, but the more consistent, like every day, share about your hero product, and people are going to start asking about it. Okay. The more you post about how great it is, the more people who are going to want to know what it is. You know what I mean? So do you drink Shakeology every day? Are you using Power Greens every day in your shakes? Do you use Performance Line? You know what I mean? Like, talk about that stuff and share it consistently. And when people start to reach out to you about your hero products, what I like to do is I say, yes, I would love to give you some more information about this. So like really quick, are you, and for me, like I'm going to use the example of Energize because that's the one that I get the most questions about. People say, what is that? Or how can I get that? Or where do I get that? Or whatever, you know what I mean? And so I say, I'd love to help you out with it. So are you just like in the market for a pre-workout? Or, do you have other health and fitness goals that you're trying to achieve? Like, I ask people that right off the bat. And I say, yeah, I'd love to give you some info, like, you know what I mean? And that way, if they say like, oh, I'm just kind of looking for a pre-workout to add into my routine, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Or it kind of opens up the door again so that I can, you know, if they're struggling with everything, then we can have a conversation about their nutrition and their workouts and not just pre-workout. You know what I mean? So I kind of try and figure out, you know, where they're struggling, like right off the bat. So when people come to me about these things, about my challenge group, about whatever I'm drinking, you know what I mean? They're asking about that stuff. I ask them right off the bat, like, are you just looking for this, or do you need help with like, everything? You need help with your fitness and nutrition as well, you know? And that really kind of helps you with guiding the conversation. Because, you know, one thing that we've been talking a lot about is, you know, meeting people where they're at and not necessarily always pushing and going straight to the challenge pack option. Of course, we all know that the challenge pack really is the best total solution, but not everybody necessarily needs all of the things that are included in a challenge pack. For example, the girl that reached out to me about cloud bread right now, she said, I really just need help with nutrition. She's like, I'm doing my own thing at the gym, and I work out with a personal trainer, and that's been working for me, but the nutrition part is where I struggle. So I'm not necessarily going to go and talk about BOD all access, because she told me straight up that she doesn't want that. You know what I mean? But then we can continue and have a conversation about her nutrition. You know what I mean? So it's really about figuring out, pinpointing what people truly need, and then, continuing the conversation that way. Okay. So when I get those questions about my specific products and things, that's kind of how I change the conversation. Okay. And then last thing, and this is going to kind of go into the conversation part and kind of turning those people that you're then are having all these DMs with into challengers. Okay. So first off, or here, let me give you your tip and then I'll kind of explain a little bit more. So be a friend, then ask for help. That's tip number 5. Okay. Be a friend, then ask for help. This is a really easy way that I have been able to turn all of the traffic that I get from my DMs or from my Instagram stories into conversations about health and fitness. Okay. Because I know that that's kind of the struggle that a lot of people have, is that transition. So be a friend. That's the first part of this, right? That means building a relationship with people, getting to know them, commenting on their Instagram stories, every day or every other day or something. You know what I mean? Before you can do anything, you guys, you have to build the relationship. Or if it's somebody that you already know or have, talked to in the past, you know what I mean? Just make sure that you reconnect with them in some way. And you're still kind of building that relationship, if it makes sense. But don't be cold messaging people and cold inviting. I don't know. I just don't think that works very well. I think you need to have a relationship built before anything. So if you have people coming to you from your Instagram story who you've never talked to before, before you do anything, you need to build a relationship and get to know that person. Go check out their stuff. Go like and comment on their posts. Go check out their stories. You know what I mean? Take some time to actually show that you're here to be a friend. Okay? That's always the first step. And then, like I said, go through in 5-3-1 with them. You can set a goal with 3 times a week, right? That's the goal that I kind of set for myself, is for the people on my list. I want to make sure that I go like and comment on their pictures and reply to their story, at least 3 times a week. And that can kind of, that helps me so that I know that I'm continuously showing up in their newsfeed, and it shows that I'm truly trying to be a friend and I'm interested in their life, right? Be a friend. That's the first part of this. Now, when you feel like your relationship is in a good place and you guys are messaging back and forth, or you're commenting, you're talking every few days, you know what I mean? You'll know. You'll just know when that conversation feels good and you're in a good place with that person, okay? That's when you can then ask them for help. And I've been talking a lot about this kind of indirect invite type of a thing. If the conversation doesn't naturally just flow and kind of go into health and fitness and kind of, you know what I mean? Sometimes conversations it just happens. They see something on, hey, I just saw you posted about this group that you're doing, and they bring it up to you. Or maybe they ask you, when you're building a relationship, they maybe say oh, what's your job? What do you do? Oh, I'm actually a health and fitness coach. I help women that want to get healthy. I run these awesome challenge groups online. You know what I mean? And then that might naturally progress, and you might just naturally have the conversation that way. But if you are building relationships with people and you're talking to people that are coming to you from your stories, and you feel like you've built that relationship and you want to, you know, kind of transition over to the health and fitness subject, this is where I use the ask for help part. Okay. So basically it's just asking them for recommendations. It's like one of my favorite ways to invite is like, you're like inviting, but like not really inviting them, but you are kind of inviting them. So you can just basically say, hey sister, I was just thinking about you because I need some help. Not sure if you've seen my post, but if you've already talked about the fact that you've been a health and fitness coach, you would leave this out. But you could say, not sure if you've seen my post, I'm a health and fitness coach, and I'm looking for 5 ladies who are wanting to get healthy in September. Do you happen to know any family or friends that are trying to get healthy and or lose weight? I would love to connect with them. Okay. So like, that's something that I like to bring up when I've built a relationship with the people that are coming to me from my stories that I don't know very well. I've spent some time, I 531 with them. We talk back and forth. I look at their story, all that kind of good stuff. And then I just ask them for a recommendation or ask them for help. Okay. And that really helps a lot because, you know, a lot of times they'll be like, oh, you know, my sister's been saying that she's been wanting to like get healthy for like 6 months now. Like she might be, you know, a good person to talk with. Or they might even be like, actually, you know, I've really been feeling kind of, you know, like just really sluggish this summer. I haven't been doing anything. I really want to get on track. Like, can you tell me a little bit more about this? I have people all the time who say like, well, actually, I would like to know a little bit more about it. Okay. So it's great because it's like you've made this friend and now you're like, oh, I was thinking about you in our conversation. I just want to know if you could help me out. And, you know, if you've spent that time building a relationship with a person, they're going to be more than willing to help you out. Okay. But another thing that you can do, you guys, is when you're building relationships, when you're talking to people, you know, via DM, you need to listen for their pain points as you're building this relationship. Okay. Whether they're saying things like they're talking about how much they hate their job or how they've been feeling just like not happy with themselves, you know, and they've just had no energy. They have, you know, I don't know, whatever it is. Listen when you are having conversations and listen for the pain points, because this is always going to be a chance and an opportunity for you to step in and say, honestly, like, I don't know if this would be for you, but have you considered joining one of my challenge groups that I post about? I think it could be a really great fit for you because XYZ, because you just said that you've been feeling really bad and you've got your cruise coming up in 3 months. And I mean, it would be a really great way for you to just like get on track and really feel good before your vacation. Like, I don't know if it'd be for you, but I'd love to give you some more info. The pain points are super important. You can't, I don't really think you should invite people without figuring out their pain point, or at least knowing a reason why this is going to be helpful for them. You know what I mean? If you haven't figured that out, then you need to keep building a relationship with them. You need to keep digging into that conversation and that relationship. Okay. And she talks a lot about this in the book, Get Over Your Damn Self, with building relationships, listening for pain points, and using that as an opportunity to say, hey, I don't know if this would be for you, but you just said that you struggle with XYZ, and this could really help you with that. What do you think? Okay. So when you're having these DM conversations, like these are kind of, listen for those pain points, you guys. Okay. Go to their stories, because I can't say that enough, because those are just going to be continuous DMs that are going to go into their inbox. You know what I mean? Versus a notification on their Instagram, you know, in their Instagram notifications. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between getting a DM message and then getting like a little so-and-so liked your photo, you know? So I think that commenting on the stories is probably the most valuable thing that you can be doing, okay? To get conversations up, to get conversations going. And then when you do have those conversations going and, you know, you're talking back and forth with people on your DMs, then listen for the pain points, right? Dig in, talk to people, ask them questions, comment about things that they're sharing in their life. And don't be afraid to say, hey, I think I have a solution to help you with this. Because that's really what we're all here to do. That's what an invite is offering a solution to somebody or something that they're struggling with. So you just got to kind of like reframe your mindset around inviting. I noticed in the New Coach Academy, you know, when I did the Vital Behaviors video, everybody that commented said they were freaked out about inviting. And you guys, like, I get it, because, you know, I was there too when I was a new coach, but think of it as I am offering a solution to people that are struggling. That's what you're doing when you're inviting. You are offering a solution to people that are struggling in some way in their life. So you shouldn't be scared to do that. You should feel like a freaking badass because you're helping people in their life. You know what I'm saying? So just reframe, change your mindset. Now it does not bug me. Like, I don't think twice about inviting or offering the coaching opportunity, or thinking people would be great on my team or in my challenge group because I'm offering a solution. And I've had so many people who are like, actually, yeah, I have thought about that. Or actually, yeah, that sounds like it could be super helpful. You know what I mean? So focus on the people that do need this and who need your help and who need what we have to offer. And don't get so caught up focusing on who's going to say no or who might say no. You know what I mean? That just reframe your mindset, change your focus. Okay. I kind of go off topic, but it kind of still ties into what we're talking about in your DMs. I kind of flew through my list though. That was my last tip, you guys. So, just to kind of recap, number one, make sure you are asking people every day to reach out to you and adding value. Because I think that this is really important. It's going to keep people coming to you, but also going to keep people coming into your inbox. Again, be elusive and use curiosity marketing when you're talking on your stories, in your posts. Reach out on other people's stories. That probably should have been my number one tip because I mentioned it about 12 times. But that's going to keep you in their inbox and them coming back into your inbox. And that's what you want. You want to have that conversation back and forth. And, you know, sometimes the conversations die off. But if you go and comment on their story again, boom, you know what I mean? Like that's another opportunity for you to start that conversation back up, okay? Find your hero products and be consistent about sharing them. When I mean consistent, I mean every day. Stop thinking that by being consistent, you're being annoying. I mean, I hear people say it all the time. They're like, oh, I don't know, I just keep posting the same thing. People are getting annoyed by me posting the same thing every day. But no, people are going to come to you because of that. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell you. I know not everybody's into my Instagram or my energized dance parties every morning, but I'm telling you, I have people every freaking day who say, I look forward to your dance parties every morning. Like I'm telling you, I'm not lying about this or exaggerating. I have people every day who tell me that. Okay. So once again, don't focus on the people that aren't into it. Focus on the ones who are. Okay. And usually those people who say, I'm super into what you post every single day, those are the ones that you're going to want to like start to build a relationship with. Okay. And then be a friend and then ask for help. So first off, build that relationship, get to know people, ask questions, ask about their family, ask them about their job, ask them what they do for fun. What is that? Form? Am I talking about form? Family, occupation, recreation, message, right? You've got to get to know people, build relationships first. If it doesn't naturally come up in the conversations while you're building relationships, then continue to build the relationship and then ask them for help. This is going to give you kind of like that open door to then change the conversation and get on the subject of your challenge groups and talk about this with them. Okay. But if not, listen to their pain points when you're building a relationship. And anytime you hear one of those pain points or it's brought up in the conversation, use it as a chance to then offer a solution, because that's what we're here to do. Okay. So I've been looking at my outline this entire time. I've not looked at the chat box once. You guys have any questions? Or Lauren, I don't know if I left anything out or anything you want to add. Any questions?
No, that was freaking awesome. Like such good tips. And honestly, like they all apply to Instagram direct messages and I mean the stories, but like you could apply all of those tips to like basically, to like Facebook, Instagram, like ask people to reach out. Like, are you giving call to actions and telling people that your door is open? Curiosity marketing, like you should use that in all of your posts. 531, you can do that on Instagram. You can do that on Facebook. You can do that wherever you're building relationships. Finding your hero products, you should be doing that anyways. I love that you called it that because like, I think sometimes I often hear coaches tell me like, oh, I didn't like this workout or like that program wasn't for me, or I didn't like this flavor of Shakeology. Vanilla Shakeology is disgusting. Like, cool. Like no one said you needed to like everything. Like that would just be weird. I have my favorites too, and I just focus on those, right? So find your hero products and like love on them and like know that everyone's hero products might be slightly different. So even though you don't like something, it's good to know about it because someone else out there might like it. Sorry, I'm just going over these again. Be a friend and then ask for help. Like, yeah, like these are basically what I'm saying is like, this is so applicable to Instagram stories. And the great thing about why Instagram stories is so great is because like you said, like Alexa said, like comments versus a direct message, the value of those two are completely different. Like direct messages are so much more valued because it's a private conversation.
Yeah.
So that's why tapping into stories versus just posting on social media, your lifers are watching your stories, right? Even if you're getting less or not like a ton of views or whatever, your lifers are really into that. If they're taking the time to watch and then direct message you, like, heck yeah. Sorry, I just kind of tangented. Like, I loved all the tips, and I think it's just really applicable to basically anything you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And, you know, like I said, you guys, you know, Instagram, social media in general is always going to be changing, always going to be evolving. Who knows what is going to be? There's probably going to be some new schmiggledy-boo app next year that we don't even know about that's going to be the new thing. You know what I mean? So just roll with the punches and get on board with these things, because it's like, the more that you can kind of be on top of it and like be, you know what I mean? Like be on top of Instagram stories and really building that up. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's just going to help you stay ahead of the trend and kind of, I don't know if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Because like people are watching stories. People love like Jatana said, people love seeing what the hell you're doing. People want to know what you're doing all day. You know what I mean? So that's why Snapchat, Instagram story, all this stuff has become such a big thing. So just get on board with it. I know that it can be a little bit weird or whatever, but just get on board with it because it's what people like and it's our day and age. And hopefully these tips have kind of helped you. And also, I hate vanilla Shakeology, regular vanilla Shakeology. But
yeah,
vegan vanilla is I'm about to run out and I'm about to cry. I'm going to run.
Vegan vanilla is so good. Yeah, it's important to clarify that because the vegan flavors are all delicious. Besides the vegan strawberry. Like, I don't like the vegan strawberry. So it's like, it doesn't matter, you know? Like, we don't need to like everything, but find your hero products. And I love that indirect invite. It's such an easy way, like, especially if you're scared of inviting, like, you shouldn't be scared of that approach at all because it's so, like, indirect, for lack of better words. It's really indirect. So they can either say yes, they can say no. It doesn't matter. Like, your job is just to put it out there. And, you know, even with indirect invites, I think it's important, like Alexa said, to be their friend first. So I loved everything about it. And you guys, it really is as simple as like doing these 5 things and working on yourself, number one, consistently. It'll work. Yeah, see, and look, Gabby loves vegan strawberry. I think it's kind of gross. So, yeah, not my jam. Everyone's different. Thank goodness they made a lot of flavors, right? And like, I used to hate greenberry. I was like, oh my gosh, greenberry is disgusting. I freaking love greenberry now. And everyone's always like, what does greenberry taste like? Like, I don't know what to tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like a fruity tooty smoothie, and I like it because I don't always want something like rich and creamy. Sometimes I like fruity tooty. Actually, a lot. I like fruity things.
Oh, I love it.
Lex, anything else?
No, just a reminder, listen to the National Wake Up Call. I think that, you know, I shared I realized when I was going through, I was like, I'm still kind of telling them a lot of what to post, but still, I hope I gave you some more info to expand on like how to transition and kind of handle the conversations, you know?
I think it was freaking awesome. It was great. It was perfect. And yeah, like, I mean, knowing what to post and like asking, like, that all leads to posting kind of intentionally will lead to more direct messages versus just posting. Also, don't hop off yet. I'm going to end the recording in a second and then we're going to do the giveaway. So don't hop off if you want to be entered into the giveaway. I saw like 3 people just disappear. Any questions, anyone? Any questions for Alexa? Anything that you want to share that's worked well for you on Instagram? Does anyone else?
I have one quick question. Sorry, I'm driving.
Go for it.
So on the event on, I believe next Thursday, that's the one where, are we supposed to be reaching out for like coaches or challengers? Like, I'm kind of confused. Like, who are we supposed to be reaching out for?
So basically the event is tailored towards people or to new coaches and that are launching their business. So we're going to briefly cover what we do as coaches, but pretty much focus on challenge groups because it's an event for new coaches to share with people what we do. So you can invite anyone. But I would just invite like anyone that you've been talking to that you maybe have been scared to invite or has shown interest in the past, right, Lex? Like,
yeah. It's really for everybody, you know, whether you think they would be a challenger or a coach. Reach out to everybody because I talked about this. If you didn't watch the video that I did today, the Launch Your Biz video, I explained it really well in the video. So make sure you watch that because I explain it a little bit more in depth. But I start with your contact list and your memory jogger, and you can start with the people in your warm market. This is for the new coaches out there. But you can reach out to people in your warm market, reconnect with them, be like, hey, also, I want to let you know, I'm launching my business. I'm starting up this new business. I'm helping people get healthy. Don't know, you know, I'm looking for my first clients and business partners, and my team's hosting this launch party. It's all on Facebook. If you're interested, I would love to give you the info. That's how you can invite for it. And people who are, who maybe have already been coaches and are, just like Lauren said, go back to the people that you haven't, or that you've talked to before, and just be like, hey, just wanted to reach out, let you know, I know we've talked a little bit about about challenge groups, you know, or coaching in the past. And, you know, I just want to let you know, my team and I were hosting this launch party on Tuesday. It's going to be really cool. You can learn about our groups. You can learn about the business side and just see, you know, if this would be for you. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about all of it and kind of letting people choose what they think is going to be the best path for them, if that makes any sense. So invite everybody. Invite all the people.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I think you're muted right now, Raya.
Oh, wait, am I? Okay.
I unmuted you. You're good. You're good.
Okay. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused only because I'm still like, you know, putting my toe into the water. So I was like, wait, I don't even have really like any like customers yet. So I don't know like how I would even get people to like come and see this stuff. So I don't know if it conflicts. Kind of.
All the girls that you've been working out with or that have been like showing love on your posts, like you can just, those would be good people to invite to. Like I've seen you've worked out with like tons of different people, like you've been posting for a while. So anyone that's like kind of shown love on your post, be like, hey, like, I don't know if you've seen you've probably seen I'm doing this Beachbody thing. It's really awesome. It's changed my life. I just launched my business. If you want to come learn, would you be interested in learning more? And if they are interested, then you just add them to the group and then they can learn more. And, you know, maybe it's for them. Maybe it's not for them right now. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe it just plants a seed. But I highly recommend, like, for everyone on the call right now, like, the more people you invite and the more seeds you plant, trust me, they're going to sprout over time. Sometimes it takes 2 months, sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes it takes 2 years. Every person is different, and like it has to be that right chapter of life for them, right? So just invite people to the event and get them in that group more than anything. I kind of feel like since the group is called Be Your Own Boss, it's a little misleading because it sounds like it's only for business side of things. We can talk about that later, Alexa, but like really it's for everything. It's an introduction to Team Beachbody. Here's what we do as coaches. Here's what we can do for you. Come join us on this journey, either as a challenger in one of our challenge groups, or if you're interested in coaching, join our team. Okay. Yeah. No doesn't mean no. It means not right now. Yeah, exactly. So like, it's really good to just put it out there to as many people as possible, because I promise, like, that's what I spent my first 6 months doing, was just hearing no, 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 like a broken record. And then slowly but surely those no's started to turn into yeses, but it took like at least 6 months of consistently hearing no with a very sporadic yes. So that's just how you build your confidence. That's just how you learn the ropes.
And can I just add too, because I know you said that you don't have any customers yet, and that's the whole point of this launch party, is to help you get your first customers and your first clients. So again, yeah. I don't know if you watched the video today's lesson on the launch your business, but one of the first thing that I shared for you guys to do is to do an announcement about it. That will help kind of get, you know, some likes, some comments, potential people coming to you. So do an announcement about it. Like Lauren said, reach out to the people that have been giving you love. You know, start with your warm market, people you already have a relationship built with. Check in with your cousin. Be like, hey girl, it's been a while. How's things going? How's the baby? blah, 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 catch up. Oh, also, I wanted to let you know. You know what I mean? Because it's your cousin. You know, start with your warm market if that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Because you need to obviously be building relationships with new people. But I think starting with your warm market, make sure you do an announcement and just reach out to the people that you think would be a really great fit, who you think have told you in the past that they want to get healthier, that they hate their job. Again, listening for those pain points, reaching out to all of those kind of people. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to start going again, but
no, that's really good. And also shout out, I just saw Casey, she's a new coach, she's on the call right now, and I just saw that she did her announcement post. So way to go, girlfriend. She watched the video, took action like right away. I'm going to share the post actually in the new coach training so you guys can see what she did, but she did an awesome post, and she's already been posting, you know, she's like slowly but surely been sharing her journey, but now it's like this official announcement post. And honestly, like, I know that might sound scary, but like, if you want this to pay you like a business, if you want this to be a business for you, you need to treat it like a business. And like Alexa said in the video, in the new coach training, like every brick and mortar business has some sort of launch event, right? They have some sort of launch party. They have something to kind of get the word out there, to build excitement and to let people know what they're doing. It doesn't really matter if people are interested in what you're doing right now or not. It's just good to be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And then they're going to go watch you do it, and you're not going to stop. And then they're going to be like, oh, I should probably join her and start working on myself too. At least that's how it worked for me. People watched and were just kind of like, eye rolls, like, probably judging me, talking about me behind my back, because it's hard for people to see you bettering yourself when they're not on that journey yet. Some people are going to be really supportive and other people aren't, and that's just the name of the game, and it's not really your problem. So just do you, boo. Keep working on yourself, share that journey, and I promise people are going to show interest. So I'm going to stop rambling and stop the recording here so that we can do the giveaway for all of you amazing people who got on live. So thank you so much for being on live or watching the recording. If you guys have any questions, just post in the team page.